It's all you, baby.
Okay. Whether it makes you laugh, cry, scream, or fly, there's a song for every emotion. We're Mike and Priya, and we talk about the songs that make up the soundtrack to your life, because life is in the lyrics.
I love how we do our little silent dance to the theme
and our
music
shoulder,
and our shoulder wiggle.
Yeah.
Hello, little listeners. Hope you're all having a great week so far. And what about you, Mike? How are you doing?
Oh, good. Yes,
Yeah.
it is a glorious Sunday that
Is
we're
it
recording.
glorious?
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, we just came back from a nice afternoon.
We
Priya,
did.
The listeners, Priya and I went for a last minute impromptu trip to the Cabbagetown Street Festival.
God.
No, was it Cabbagetown Festival?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yes, okay.
And your housemate, Danielle, was with us.
Yes, I know. We call her by her name because, as she says, she's a human being.
Human being.
Danielle joined us for that little excursion, and so did
Riva.
Yeah, Riva Diva.
Yeah, so it was nice afternoon.
It was, but it was not supposed to rain.
It was a sprinkle.
I mean, but that sprinkle went on for about 7 minutes.
Oh, boy. You're not a sugar cube.
You said that as we were walking too.
I know.
Anyways, I had a hat. I was fine. I just didn't like it because I don't like to be cold. And it was a bit cool. And worse than being cold is being cold and wet. And
but
then
did you have a nice time?
I had a lovely time.
Yeah. And what did you buy?
I bought some things.
Mm-hmm.
I actually bought you a gift while I was there.
Oh.
I bought you something for Christmas.
Really? Oh.
Because I'm sneaky like that.
You are sneaky like that. I didn't know that. Okay.
I know you didn't, obviously.
Well, we were supporting. We were supporting the local vendors. All the there was a lot of pottery there.
A lot of pottery. Well, because we went to the art fair too, right?
Yeah.
Is this thing not pointing properly into my mouth? Oh, we're going to get to that later.
Last night too.
It just felt like the sound is not coming exactly straight.
I think you need to lift it up a little bit.
Okay, but then I can't see my script.
Up this way.
Up.
There we go.
You want it closer to my mouth, right? They always
No, not
do.
closer to your mouth, just up so that it's in front of your mouth.
Okay. It's all about the angle. It's all about the angle, little listeners.
Yeah, we are going to hear something about that, aren't we? Yeah.
We did support the local potters. There was a lot of pottery.
In clothing.
Yeah.
No, it was good. I really liked
great.
the vendors at
Tons
that.
of food.
And that was it. So we had said we were going to meet, and you're like, okay, I'm at Wellesley and Parliament right now. And I was like seconds away.
Yeah.
So I get there and I'm like, okay, where are you? Where are you? I should have known. You'd be down where the food is.
The first food stall I saw.
Yeah.
It was right there.
You feed that tapeworm nonstop.
Honestly. You know, it's no joke that, I mean, I don't think I have a tapeworm, but I did know somebody who had a tapeworm. And it was funny because I knew these two twins. They were identical twin brothers. And I was closer
Two twins.
Well, they were one set of twins, but they were identical males. And I was closer to the one brother. I don't remember their names. Please don't ask me. Just say one was Bob and Bill. Okay. I was closer to Bill. And I noticed when I saw Bob after a few years, I was like, Bob looks very thin compared to you, Bill. Like, and Bill was not overweight by any means. And turns out Bob went to his doctor because he was worried about all the weight he was losing, and he had a tapeworm. And he'd had that tapeworm for 3 years, and they didn't know it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was eating all his food.
That is gross.
Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah.
And I don't even want to tell you when they took it out. Like, those tapeworms are they look like they're taped. They're long.
Yeah, very, very long.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move
Now, we
along.
have a friend. We have a mutual friend who also told me a story about their child having a tapeworm. And they come out at night.
What do you mean they come out at night?
Out of the bum.
What?
That's what she said. I've never seen that happen, but she told me that. Yeah. Get it from biting your fingernails.
That is repulsive.
That is gross. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, so that I thought that was really fun. And there was some music.
Yeah. And
there was a karaoke.
There was a karaoke place. And at first, when we were hearing the guy singing, I was like, who's that Spanish or Mexican singer? Because it sounded like it was a Spanish song. And we got up closer, and it was a Filipino man performing. And the Filipinos know how to karaoke.
I guess they do.
Yeah, they really do. And then I saw the sign that said, join us for Friday night karaoke. And I said to Mike, that's our new Friday night karaoke spot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to go there in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then what was funny was then after he finished singing, remember they were like, Danielle made a joke about, oh, calling Priya Rao, you're next up. And then the music that started sounded like Indian music.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it really is your song.
Oh.
It's very culturally inappropriate.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
Well, you are South Asian and it was South Asian music. It's not inappropriate.
I don't sing any South Asian music.
I know, but they don't know that.
Well, I know. Anyways, this is all a joke. Nobody cares.
So how else am I? What else happened in my week? Let me share.
And your weekend? How's your weekend been?
Oh, the weekend's been good. We went out, well, I'm going to admit.
Wait, it was your anniversary.
On the 4th, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our wedding anniversary. It's 9 years. We've been
How was
together for
that?
9
What
years.
did you do?
That was very nice. We went to, my cousin Melissa and Daryl, her husband, were in town. They were here for a concert on Wednesday night, so
I
they
bumped
stayed
into them.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, Thursday, so the four of us went out for dinner. We went to this Korean place near us, and I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Korean Mexican fusion restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, the food was very good.
Sounds very strange.
Yeah, it's a really interesting mix. The food was very good. I don't think we'll go back anytime soon.
Okay.
But not
Why?
necessarily. Just because it's, you know how there are some restaurants that are the kinds of restaurants you go to experience it, but then once you've done it, it's like, okay, this isn't a place that I'm going to come back to on a regular basis.
But you liked the food.
I did, yeah. But I'll go back, but it won't be a regular.
Right.
Right? Where there are some restaurants that are just kind of more local and more, I don't know, accessible or something. I don't know. It's not that it wasn't accessible. It just was like a little higher end, I guess. No, it wasn't really that high end. I don't know. There's
Just
something
wasn't your
about
vibe, maybe?
No, it was good. I mean, we had some really good dishes, and it's because it's kind of like a bit of a limiting menu. I don't know. I actually don't know. But we have so many great restaurants in Toronto.
How many?
And so many. And I don't know. I just think, well, if we're going to go out for dinner, and Don and I don't go out for dinner a lot, so maybe
Well,
a
you
couple
have
of
a
times a
great
week.
chef right here at home.
I know. He's cooking me dinner. So yeah, we did that on our wedding. We did that on our wedding anniversary eve, and then on Friday it was Don's 59th birthday.
Oh.
So I took him out to a restaurant called Maven on Harvard. It's a fairly new one.
Yeah.
Yep. Jewish themed restaurant, like the menu. The food was very good. Cool vibe.
So is that like Mediterranean style cuisine? What is Jewish cuisine?
So it was like they had these it was like a chicken schnitzel type of dish.
That's Jewish? Schnitzel?
Well, I call it a schnitzel, but it was like a hammered, breaded, fried chicken with a sauce on top.
Right.
We had a really nice endive salad. They had these challah buns.
Challah! Sorry, I had to.
And and anyways, we had a really nice duck dish. Like really good food, very delicious. And then Don wanted to do something gay. He's like, I want to do something gay. We haven't been out in so long. So why don't we go out? And so earlier in the week, I emailed a bunch of our male friends and said, let's go. We're going to meet at Woody's at 9:30.
Fun.
Yeah. So there's a group of us that went out. Shout out to the boys. Thank you so much for coming out and celebrating. And
dancing?
No, we were, catching up, like talking, drinking. The drinks were flowing. I was so hammered. Oh, I was so drunk. Yesterday was pretty much a write-off. I was really hungover yesterday morning. I am too old for that.
You said that a few episodes ago.
I know. And I don't know why I didn't remember that I can't do that anymore. So I am feeling still a bit kind of like
draggy.
Little draggy. Yeah.
It's funny because how many drinks do you think you had that night?
Oh, I don't know. We had, I'm going to say around 9.
That's a lot of drinks.
Including dinner.
That's how many cookies you had that one time when you baked cookies at my place, and they were big ones, and you ate them all in one sitting. Okay, digression. I had a drink. So I think it was Friday night as well. Danielle Oh, Danielle was so funny. And we talked about this, how she went out for drinks with a colleague after work. And then she messaged me and she said, hey, do you mind if such and such stays over tonight? And I said, yeah, no problem. She goes, okay, great. We're going to come home. We're going to freshen up and then we're going to head out again. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, she texts me and she goes, sometimes I wonder who I think I am. I am not going out. I'm exhausted. I'm coming home and we're going to watch the last episode. And we've been watching The Terminal List, which is slightly older show, like 3 years old. But anyway, so as we were settling down to watch The Terminal List, she was having a glass of wine or something. And I saw there was a canned margarita in the fridge. And so I asked her, hey, can I have this margarita? And she goes, yeah. So I have it and I just poured it into like a sippy cup with a bunch of ice and I was sipping on it. And she goes, oh, that's going to do you in. And I was thinking, okay, well, whatever. It's like one can of margarita. And I was wasted.
Yeah, because you were sipping it.
Yeah.
In with a straw or something, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't, like, apparently if you drink alcohol with a straw.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes no sense. Why?
Were you hammered?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
But my point of why I was hammered is I think because I barely drink anymore. And I asked her, I said, how much?
Barely
I
drink
woke up.
any less.
What? Barely.
Barely drink anymore? And I say you barely drink
I
any
hardly
less.
drink anymore. Yeah. Okay, don't confuse my brain. But I asked her in the morning because I went to sleep wasted. I was like, woo! And I woke up with a headache. And I said...
That's tequila as well, though.
But it was only one drink. Like, maybe it was the equivalent of 2. It's just regular can size. So...
But you know what you're like? You're like 92 pounds soaking wet.
I know, but it was like
a 14% alcohol drink for you is going to knock you on your ass.
Is this your story or is this my story?
No, it's your story.
Anyways, I was wasted, okay? And I didn't like it. And it was just one drink. That's all I have to say about that.
That was it?
That was it. I just didn't like you interrupting and talking about how little and I can't handle my drink. And yeah, I can't handle my drink. That was my point. Okay? But it was my point.
Okay. I'm sorry. I took your point. I emphasized your point.
Jesus. Okay. And then what did you do? So yesterday was a waste of a day for you.
Yesterday was a waste of a day. That is so true. But what did I do yesterday?
Yeah. What'd you guys do in the evening?
I have no memory of what we did last night.
Oh my God. You've turned into me.
I have no memory. What the hell did I do last night?
I don't know.
Did we go out? I don't think we went out.
3 nights in a row? That would be extreme.
No, I don't think we went out.
Okay.
I have no idea what we did last night. But then today, got up early. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, we didn't go out because I was in bed by 10.
Okay.
And got up early. I went for a run. And then I went to the gym.
Oh.
And
run and the
I
gym.
usually go for a run. I do a 5K run. I end at the gym.
Ugh.
I do about a 45.
Boring. Let's move on. Okay,
Listen,
you're so fit.
I'm paying for a membership and I'm using that membership.
Fuck you. How dare you?
I'm just pointing out.
How dare you?
I may be getting value for my money.
Are you proud of yourself right now in this moment?
Yes, because you were so pissed off.
Okay, well, I had my own kind of exercise last night.
Oh, right.
I had a very important meeting with my business partner.
With your business partner, yeah.
It was long overdue. That little fucker. Well, he is a little fucker. Okay, what I realized too is that I have to. Oh, you know, when you tell Siri, I was telling Siri to play the song "Be a Bitch" by Maren Morris, and she self-censors herself.
She self-censors herself?
Yes,
I think you've made some.
Herself.
Yeah.
She self-censors.
Yes, that's it.
Herself.
No. Herself is redundant.
I know. She says, now playing Be a Beep by Maren Morris.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. And then I sent a message to Danielle saying, oh my God, Danielle. Of course, I'm dictating this by Siri. I said, Siri self-censors when she is playing the song, but she didn't do it in the text message, only when playing the song, which was weird. Selective censorship.
Well, maybe because it's like, oh, they don't want it audible in case other people hear.
Or maybe because she can't censor me.
Nobody can censor you, Priya. I do the editing and
Oh
I
my
still can't
God.
censor you.
I know.
Yeah.
But honestly, it wouldn't be as much fun listening to this podcast if I was censored. I would
That's
be
true.
boring as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Boring as beep.
Beep.
Just beep that out when you edit it.
Okay, yeah.
If you can. Okay.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, so yes, I had a meeting with him and I realized
And how was business?
business was great. Listen, he is like a Labrador retriever, okay?
Okay.
He's just like a very happy, like just yap, 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 yap. I wish he would talk about 75% less. And
Does he listen to this podcast?
no, I haven't told him about it. Yeah, he talks too much. I already told you, he has ADHD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super high energy.
Mhm.
And he's also gifted intellectually. So his mind is racing all the time, but he just can't shut up.
Does he live alone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a really nice condo, very nicely decorated. Like he's a grown up in terms of
His life?
But boy, yeah. So we put on a movie and we had ordered some really, really good food. Actually, he ordered some really good
From where?
from some Japanese place, but they had like these really cool vegan sushi rolls that were delicious, like a vegan dragon roll. And anyway, so we had a really good meal, and then we were watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just talking through the movie, and I was like, just please. I put my hand on his shoulder. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll stop talking. And then he stops talking, but he can't help it.
Yeah.
So he'll like slowly
What is he
start
talking
talking
about? What's he
talking
saying?
about something in the show, but then it'll
Give us an example. What does it sound like? Like, what's he saying? It's like,
he's
oh,
just
that
like-
guy's wearing that shirt that I have, or
no,
he
he's just
is-
like, oh yeah, Seth Rogen. Oh man, I saw him in this movie, and he was just like blah 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 blah, and he'll just go off on it, and I'm like, and honestly, sometimes I'm so rude around him. I'm just like not even looking at him because I'm just thinking if I'm staring at the TV, maybe he will just get the idea that he should just stop talking, but he doesn't. So I have to put my hand on him and say, stop. Can we just watch the movie? And then he'll be quiet. But the sex, the intimacy, sorry, people. The physicality is really good.
Yeah.
Like it's really good.
So he sexes like he talks. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, but you know what's good about him? He is very responsive in terms of he's not the kind of guy who, if it's hurting you, he'll just disregard what's happening to you and just keep going at it. No,
Okay.
because most men don't give a fuck if you're in pain. If it's uncomfortable, they'll just be like, they just kind of carry on.
Okay.
And it's really disgusting, and I'm tired of those kind of men. So that's why I put up with all this guy's kind of bullshit. Like he's not
What
very
bullshit?
reliable. He's not very reliable. You make plans, and then sometimes he'll because he's a workaholic. He'll work anyways. Nobody cares about all these details, right? But
Okay.
I put up with all this nonsense because our chemistry is really good,
Okay.
and that's all I want from him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want.
Conversation.
No. I don't mind a little bit of conversation, but yeah, his level of conversation is too much. But the other thing I realized about myself, I have turned into a man
What?
in so many ways. So Danielle and I have been watching this show called The Terminal List. And it's just full of these Hawkeyes because it's about a bunch of Navy SEALs.
Okay.
So not Chris Evans, not Chris Pine, the other Chris, the one who's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it. Taylor Kitsch, he's so hot. He's in it. All these hot guys. And every chance I get, I'm like, don't you guys think you'd be more comfortable having this conversation with your shirts off? Like I'm always saying shit like that. Like, show us your tits. Take your top off. Like I am so, and I turn everything into a dirty.
You are horny.
No,
Horny- horny middle-aged
decided to objectify men because they've been doing it to us for years. So even at the festival we were at, we bought some garlic. I was asking the man about different kinds of garlic. He goes, well, we also have this one that has bigger heads. And I was like, I had a bigger head last night too.
Oh, jeez. Did you say that to him?
I said that to
you
Danielle.
You said that in your head?
I said that to Danielle, and she was like, you are a pervert.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Well, glad you're still doing bidness with
Yeah.
your bidness partner.
It's occasional, but when it gets done, it takes care of business. It takes care of business for a good long time.
Well, that does explain whatever it is that's going on with your personality today, because you've just been a little more punchy and peppy. Yeah. You got a little spring in your step.
Yeah. Sorry, one other pun that I had.
Okay.
I was watching the movie Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba. Love me some Idris Elba. He was not topless in that movie, unfortunately. They're talking about how there's a conspiracy. They must have had a man on the inside. And I said to Danielle, I had a man on the inside last night. But
God. Okay. We might have to edit some of that out because there's only so much
I'm sorry.
Myself can put up with
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, not
shall we get on with the show then, Mike?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay. So last week I came into the recording studio in a bit of a tizzy. I was all riled up. And if I remember correctly, you had also had a rather stressful day.
I did. I was a bit wound up myself. I was like, I need a drink.
Yes, and you smashed that samosa.
I did.
Real quick.
Yeah. And thanks for posting that. That was really,
well, I thought so.
I love that.
Well, I did show it to you first, the video.
I did not know that was going to be posted immediately, though.
I did tell you it was going to be posted. Didn't I tell you?
Not so fast. I thought there's going to be some editing, like maybe, I don't know, not seeing
it was a
my
20-second
big head
video.
Shoveling a samosa down my gullet.
Okay. Anyways, I thought maybe it would be timely to do an episode about songs or music that help calm us down or maybe like refocus our minds, our energy. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week.
All right. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Before we do that, though,
please,
I got a new song for you.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
So are you tapped into this
Wait, do we want to... Are you going to set it up or should we listen to it and then how do you want to do it? Okay, set it up.
So are you tapped into this K-pop dragon hunter phenomenon?
K-pop demon hunters. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to my Instagram algorithm, but it's just been feeding me these songs and these people doing the dance from the movie. Like, so this is it's
an
Netflix.
Animated.
Yeah, it's an animated movie on Netflix, right?
For kids that I watched with my 6-year-old niece, but it has exploded.
Well, my Instagram feed is just full of people commenting on it, singing the songs, dancing to the songs. I
wonder why.
Where is this coming from? And so I kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole in the music yesterday. The soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
It is so good.
One of their songs, and I don't know which one, and I don't know if it's one of the ones or the one you're going to have me listen to, has been on the top of the charts for a few weeks. I think
that's Golden.
Okay.
So there's Golden, and then this is what it sounds like.
Okay.
And this is what it sounds like is that the lyrics are so amazing in this song. And so when I went on my run today, I had put that song into my run playlist, and I was about maybe a third of my way into the run. And
had you heard it before you
I
put
had,
it into
I had because I've heard clips of it for sure, but then I've heard the song, but when I was running it, I'm going to play it for you. But this song, the lyrics are amazing, and I think I'll just say that, and then I'll play the song, and then let's talk about it.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I mean, like I said, so I have seen this movie, and so I've heard this song, but I was actually reading the lyrics as I was listening to it because sometimes it's hard to hear all the lyrics as you're listening to it. It's an incredible song.
Yeah, we should say what the song is. So the song is What It Sounds Like, and it's from what is the movie called?
K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon Hunters, yes. And I don't know who sings the song. What's it called?
There's a number of artists listed that says Audrey Nuna Huntrix, which is the name of the girl group in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So that's a fictional group.
Okay.
But then it says Ajay Ray Ami K-pop Demon Hunters cast. So I don't know, a bunch of singers. But yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. Now, I made the error of playing you the song from a clip from the movie, but what I should have done was I should have played it from
like the
my
pop version.
yeah, my music list.
Is it different? Much?
Well, it is. No, it's not different. It's the same song, but it doesn't have the movie elements to
Right.
it. And that's the first time I've heard it with those movie elements because I haven't seen the movie myself.
Right.
But what I found when I was running and this came on, I was getting really kind of
Emotional.
I don't know why I am now, but the lyrics for me just it had me thinking about what it was like to come out. And in these lyrics, when the lyrics are, I tried to fix it, I tried to fight it, my head was twisted, my heart divided, my lies all collided. I don't know why I didn't trust you to be on my side. That just had me thinking about being in the closet, trying to, deny this part of who I was, not telling people that were close to me. I could have told people sooner, so that it really got in my head. Like it totally went into this, envelope that I had put all of this stuff about coming out in my head. And I don't know, I just it just connected with me on that level. And then I was thinking about this is one of those songs that kind of reminds me of that song from The Greatest Showman. This Is Me.
Yes.
And how I had a same reaction to that song when I first heard it. And for a very similar reason. Like obviously coming out, being gay, and that whole part of who I am is still stuff I'm processing that, gets triggered by certain songs.
Right.
But it also had me thinking about other people that, I was thinking, okay, for somebody who might be going through a difficult relationship and breaking through that difficult time and finding their own voice and seeing what sort of strength they have. And then the people around them that they finally trust to help support them through this difficult time.
Yeah. I mean, the lyrics are really quite deep. For a kids movie, quote unquote, just a kids animated movie. Because reading the next verse, I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back. But now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. I mean, it is very.
And I like that. Again, is like a fantastic way of saying. All these different parts of you make up who you are. So don't deny that, maybe the broken pieces or the jagged pieces.
And don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed.
Don't be
Embarrassed is maybe
ashamed.
not even the strongest word. Don't be ashamed of those things. Yeah, I love this song. I don't think it had the weight of it as I was watching the movie because you're watching the visuals and you're not really. Actually, the movie is quite emotional too.
Yes.
I will say.
I've heard.
But not necessarily the song in that moment, if it makes any sense. You're watching what's happening with the characters, but this is a really cool song. And in some ways, I feel like for me, it segues nicely into the topic we have this week.
Yeah.
Because we've said the topic is songs that calm you down. And even though this is a very up-tempo song, it's what it's talking about that can latch on to what you're feeling. So I think that part about my head was twisted, my heart divided. I just feel like it really does talk so much about what we go through in the times that are not easy and how sometimes you have to let yourself break, right? To be able to put yourself back together again.
Yeah. And I think the other element about it that I think fits with the theme is that it has a build to it.
Yeah.
And just like when you're in a funk, and we'll talk about this in the episode, when we listen to music, it does something to our brain chemically,
yes,
as we know. And so this song, I find like that, just like how it's hopeful and uplifting. This is the kind of song that I think would also.
It's about being true to yourself, right? And not trying to hide all the parts of you that you think are not that are too that are not worthy. They're too shameful to show to the world. But show me a person who doesn't have scars, some kind of hurt that they've had to deal with in the past, whether self-inflicted or inflicted by somebody else or, an external force. it just, that person doesn't exist. And if they exist, I don't even feel like that kind of person can be that whole.
No,
in some
I don't
ways.
think there's anyone that exists. That's just part of the human
Yeah.
experience.
There can't be somebody who's gone through life unscathed.
So little sidebar, and I want to explore this. I'm going to do some reading about this, but there's a psychologist that was talking about how, and this might be a bit controversial, but how we have normalized how did she put it? She's talking about how basically what we've done is we've normalized the rejection of discomfort in our life. So if there's a difficult conversation, we protect ourselves.
Right.
We need to protect our it's a mental health thing or whatever. Like we take ourselves out of uncomfortable situations, and what we're doing is we're denying ourselves how to learn how to deal with conflict, how to navigate it, how to have healthy conversations that are difficult and may not always result in you getting what you want, but hopefully there's some enlightenment through
growth.
Some growth. Yeah. And why am I talking about this?
Because you said this psychiatrist or whatever was talking about how we've grown away from the idea of being uncomfortable.
Yes. Yeah. And so...
or discomfort, you said.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, when people talk about your comfort zone and getting out of your comfort zone. Because when you are always comfortable, if you just stay in that little area where you just feel safe, kind of life is very small.
Yes. Yeah.
What were you
well, and so why I was talking about that was because it made me think about when you said, if there are people that don't have scars. Well, but that is part of the human existence, right? Like you need to fall down and scrape your knee. You need to have some disappointment in your life. You need to have failure because all of those things help to shape you into becoming a better version of yourself, right?
How do you think that is going with the generations of kids growing up these days?
Don't even get me started. The scale has been tipped when it comes to accommodations.
Oh God, I know.
It's insane. So your question about what do I think? I do think that I sound like a cranky old man, but I don't think we're preparing
Larry David. Larry David.
You said that. I can't believe you think that I am similar to Larry David. I hate that guy. That character, the character. I don't like that character.
Sometimes when we really react to a character or something, it's because we see something.
It's true. It is true. Anyway,
and I love Larry David because the thing is, he's usually right.
Is he?
He is. Actually, he's 100% right. The only thing is he carries it way too far. He cannot let things go. So I'm like him in that sense, but you're like him in the sense that you get cranky about a lot of things.
I do. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on.
Okay.
So the theme, yes.
Yes, the theme. Songs or music that calm you down. So I did a little bit of research on this. I was like, well, what kind of songs and music does the world say calms them down? So there's an interesting, I don't know if you Googled, but what kept coming up was this song called Weightless by Marconi Union.
Okay.
Not an artist I've ever heard of. This song was actually designed to de-stress listeners.
Oh.
And science says that it works. So in a study by an organization called Mind Lab International, participants were tasked with solving complex puzzles while listening to this song. And they experienced a staggering 65% drop in anxiety when they listened to this song. Okay? More of a drop than getting a massage, more than a drop than any other musical tracks that they were listening to. And they listened to songs by like Adele and some people we'd heard of, as well as other ambient music. So this song seems to be like so well designed to tune our brain into a more relaxed state that it keeps popping up in Google searches. What is the most relaxing song? So I thought that was really interesting, and I did listen to it. It's about 10 minutes.
And they were doing puzzles.
They were doing
it's not
some
like you
complex puzzles, yeah. So something that can make you stressed out, right? If you can't I know if I have to, like, just even doing puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, I get so fucking stressed with
Oh,
those.
really?
Oh my God, Mike.
Huh. I
Because
love puzzles.
they drive me insane.
Oh, no. I
All
like
the
that.
pieces look the same.
Yeah.
How do you put them together? I can't. My brain does not work with jigsaw puzzles. I'm good with other kind of puzzles. I cannot do jigsaw puzzles, and it makes me anxious very quickly.
I find it calming.
How?
I do. I find it calming, just like finding the right pieces that fit and the satisfaction once you get them all together and you start to see the image develop.
Yeah, I guess it would be satisfying if you actually made matches, which I just can't do. So,
Interesting.
yep.
But yeah, I guess I was asking because like it's not like they're meditating or they're like sitting
No.
in a quiet, dark room or anything. This is really just about the music while they're doing something else.
Yes. But it also showed that, so complementary research by this Mind Lab International showed that music in general has a greater ability to induce relaxation than, say, having a cup of tea, going for a walk, playing video games. So, and I often turn to my video games on my phone because they kind of zone me out. But maybe now I'll have to listen to Weightless. Weightless.
You'll be mindless.
I'll be mindless by Marconi Union. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Is this particular song more than any other song?
Well, that is very interesting. And it reminds me of our episode 2, where
when we talked
this
about
is your brain on music.
Yes.
Yes. So when I was thinking about what I was going to say in this episode, I went back to that, and I went back to that doctor, Francis Collins.
Okay.
And I started doing a little more digging around him and his work. And I was reading this Substack by Holden Thorpe. I think he was like the president of Chapel Hill College in the U.S.
Okay.
And he did an interview with Francis Collins and a musician.
What's
Francis
a
Collins.
Substack?
Substack.
People keep talking about Substack.
Yeah, Substack is like a blog.
Okay.
You can set your own blog, and
Why don't they just call it a blog?
I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. What is it? What does the Google say?
I'll
about
look up the
Substack?
Google for that because they keep talking about Substack these days. And I'm like, what is that? Substack, what is it? That pops up in Google. Great question, Google. It's a subscription-based newsletter publishing platform for independent writers, journalists, and content creators. So basically, it's a blog.
It's a blog.
It's a subscription-based blog. Okay.
Yeah. So, yes. So Holden Thorpe, he was the chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. That's what he was, chancellor. And he interviewed Francis Collins, who we referenced on our second episode in The Vault, who did a segment on the Stephen Colbert Show.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yes, I do remember you showed us a clip. Yes.
And he was talking about your brain on music, which is what the theme of that episode was about. And so Holden interviewed Francis Collins and Renee Fleming. Renee Fleming is an opera superstar, soprano.
Okay.
And Renee was interested in the connection between the brain and music because as a professional musician, she often had these periods of stage fright that also were, and she also had some chronic pain, and she felt there was a connection between those things.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yes. So, and of course, Francis Collins he's the former longtime director of the U.S. National Institute of Health, and he explores brain and music and neuroscience. So he interviews these two people and talks about this idea around music and the mind and how music can affect your brain. And a couple of things that came out that I just thought were fascinating. Renee Fleming, she also wrote and published this book called Music in the Mind, Harnessing the Arts for Health and Wellness. And so Holden read the book and then interviewed her and had Francis Collins on as part of the interview as well to talk about the things. And so Renee Fleming, she talks about in this book, which I'm going to order, how music and our brain's ability and response to music is something that is we were hardwired from, and it's evolutionary.
Mm.
So before we had speech,
Okay.
the way human
Communicated or
communicated was
interacted?
through song.
Mm-hmm.
And so telling the histories of peoples and communities was all through song. And then about 10,000 years ago, that's when language really started to
Do
evolve.
you mean before like written language?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there would have been, I think it's more verbal language,
Right.
not written.
Okay.
So because they would have used imagery, they would have carved and painted
Yes.
images and icons, those sorts of things. But verbally, sound was evolutionary. They used sound, song. That was how they communicated, and they think it, came from mimicking animals. So the Homo sapiens were mimicking the sounds of animals, and then we've just evolved to the point where we're able to, use words and have these complex.
Or just these sounds we have decided are words.
Are words, yes. So, which I think that's kind of fascinating to think about how, I've never really thought about the evolution of language.
Now I want to learn, like, what were the first, who started the first language? And how did it go from grunts and whatever?
Well, sounds.
Because even
how did
songs,
that evolve?
How do you have songs without, like,
Songs don't have to have lyrics in them, though. They could just be sounds. And, when we think about language, we think about English words. But if you go to other communities, in some indigenous communities, they have different kinds of sounds that they use to
That's
communicate. So, inklok, tok, tok, right? Like those aren't, for us, those aren't necessarily words.
Right.
Those are sounds, but maybe to them, each sound has a meaning.
Right. Like when we were just at that street fest, there was an indigenous performance, and I was like, I want to see that performer. But of course,
it finished by the time
it finished before we got there.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like a lot of times when you hear music from a powwow, it's, and maybe they are verbalizing, like maybe they are using
they are
words,
storytelling.
but maybe they're just, but maybe they're storytelling in just sounds. I don't know. This might sound very ignorant, but maybe they are communicating in their own indigenous language, like verbal spoken language, or maybe it's just a verbal sounds as opposed
song.
to, yeah.
Well, then, so Francis Collins talks about how in neuroscience, how the brain responds to music. And he talks about this NIH Brain Initiative that was doing this neurosurgeon was doing some experimentation with electrodes on the brain, exploring epilepsy. And but then they started to use different sounds and music as part of this experiment. And this totally, I think, is fascinating. He said the data showed that there were 3 kinds of music response circuits. One for pitch, and this is in the brain. One for pitch, one for interval, and one that anticipates the next note.
I do that.
Well,
I guess we just all do that, but I notice myself doing that.
Yeah, so that's part of what science has shown is our brains evolutionarily, I don't know if that's a word, but through evolution, our brains have this built-in mechanism to anticipate what the next sound will be.
Okay. I was going to try and say it at the same time as you. So we are trying to forecast where the song will go. And I notice that sometimes when I'm listening to a song, maybe for the first time, or a song I haven't heard in a long time, and I just sort of
you kind of get it. Like sometimes you're right on it. Yeah. It
is weird.
Yeah.
Also, do you ever notice this? Like if I'm listening to an interview or something, it's like in my head, I'm almost talking along with them. So in the same way, it's like I know what they're saying. Like my brain is digesting what they're saying almost as they're saying it, as opposed to like almost before they're saying it, almost as it's coming out of their mouth. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I'm kind of forecasting what they're saying as if I'm in their heads. Like it's a weird thing that
But
I notice
yeah.
myself doing. And I wonder if that's related to this, what you're saying about anticipating where the music will go.
Yeah, maybe those things are related, but I would think that would be more about kind of like related to knowledge and understanding the concept of the conversation and your brain processing that concept and you relating to it in a way that helps you to understand what it is they're talking about.
Okay, as you're talking, it's almost like in my head, I'm hearing you talk, but it's almost as if I could say what you're saying at the same time as you're saying it because my brain is hearing it
Oh,
at the same time as you're saying it. So it's almost like, in some ways, it's like the speed of sound versus the speed of light.
oh yeah, yeah,
So it's almost like I don't even know what that is or how to describe that.
right.
But it's like my brain is ingesting it faster than, like if I tried to say what you're saying at the same time as you're saying it, I would be a split second behind. But in my brain,
Yeah.
it's at the same time.
No, we are not high right now. This reminds me of that clip that came out earlier this year, the twins. We were talking about their mother, the Australian twins. Did you see that?
I don't remember.
There are these Australian twin women whose mother got hijacked or something, and they were being interviewed on a news station. I'll play it for you after. And they're saying the same thing at the same time.
Right.
And the two of them are like totally in sync. It's like they were one person. They were just, it's like they anticipated what the other was going to say about.
So freaky about
Yeah.
twin brains.
So, anyways, to bring this back to this episode's theme about how, like, what kinds of songs we need to calm us down,
Yeah.
or what do we listen to that helps calm us down? Yeah, I mean, I brought that up because there's a whole science component to this around music and how it impacts our brain. And your example with that song and the experiments they've done around that has shown that they've proven
Yeah.
that point.
And how it can be more effective, like music can be more effective. And I'm sure for different people, it's different kinds of music.
Yeah.
Because I know people I have some friends who are really into like heavy metal, and that calms them down. To me, that would be just anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
But the fact that music can be greater in terms of inducing relaxation than things like having a massage or going for a walk in nature, to me is pretty mind-boggling.
Now, you mentioned in a previous episode as well that you were in the car coming home from your parents or something. Your brother.
It's always a visit to my family.
Your family,
It
yes.
riles me up.
Yeah. And you had, what were you listening to?
All Too Well.
All Too Well, yes, 10-minute version. And you just
God.
belted that out. Yes.
Yes, and I didn't want this to become a whole episode about Taylor because I could say like, what music calms me down? Folklore. That entire album. Midnights. Like her music, different albums of hers, just the tonality of them and the pacing of them really calms me down, but specifically All Too Well. And why? Because it has every emotion in that song. So you can run through the gamut of like energy, high energy, angst, anger, betrayal, love, laughter, beautiful moments, dancing in the kitchen with someone you love, and then like really fucking hammering it at them afterwards. It goes through all these emotions, and then by the end you're just kind of like, and I'm
Got that out.
spent. So that song has been very meditative to me. But currently, I would say there are a couple of artists and albums that specifically I find very relaxing.
Before we get into
Yeah.
that, though, I want to ask you. So you listened to this other 10-minute song called what is it called?
It's called Weightless.
Weightless. So you listen to this other song, Weightless, which is about 10 minutes as
Yes.
well. And how would you compare the two?
So different because Weightless has, first of all, no lyrics. So it's kind of ambient music, if you've
Okay.
ever listened to ambient. And I listen to it a lot as I'm trying to fall asleep. I either listen to these sleep podcasts, as I've told you, which are sometimes they're counterproductive because they're so interesting. But she says everything in just one monotone voice. She slows down her words. So it is kind of meditative, and I have to listen to the same episode over and over because I'm like, what happened to the Great Wall of China? But Weightless, I listened to it today. Like, it's the kind of music I would want them to put on when I'm having a massage because it's so dreamy. And I thought, I'm going to try it on loop tonight as I go to sleep.
I think you should try it next time you have to visit your family and do a comparison between that song and your response to it, or whether it meets the need of what it is that you know, and compare that to the Taylor Swift
I will
one.
try that. That is a very smart way to, obviously, because if we're talking about calming you down.
Well, and one of the reasons why I'm asking that is because something that you mentioned just a few minutes ago, the theme is you need to calm down.
Yes.
The theme of this episode is you need to calm down. But what does that actually mean?
Don't tell me to calm down.
You need to calm down.
You're being too loud.
You're being a bitch. But what does that actually mean? You need to calm down. And at different times, based on different kinds of stressors, it might be different kinds of music.
As Shakespeare said, that is the question. Yes, because it
Was
is
that
different.
Shakespeare?
Well, yes, because in different contexts, he said, to be or not to be, that is the question.
Okay.
But in this relation to this episode,
That is the question. Yeah.
That is the question. Yes.
So that would be a little experiment. We could do our own science.
Yes.
So you're going to be seeing your family again, and you know most likely are going to be stressed out by the time it's over.
Already stressed thinking about it. Yes.
So listen to that.
Maybe I should listen to it pre and post.
Yeah, sure.
Just put me in the right state of mind going into that situation and settle me right the hell back down getting out of that fucking situation. Sorry, I'm already going there.
Her family's not that bad, listeners.
It's not that
actually.
bad. It's just, we all have those triggers that as soon as you get into
with
that
family,
situation. Well, let's ask you, are there any songs or music that that came to mind for this episode, like when you thought about it?
Well, yeah, there are some artists that are in my Apple playlist, and when I put them together into a
playlist,
there are some artists that I put into a playlist that I use when I want some sort of calming,
so who are they?
Mellow.
Or who are some of those songs?
One of them was an artist that I took you to see in Roncesvalles at the what is that venue, that music venue in Roncy.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, Liam Titcomb. Do you remember?
Oh, I do remember. And I remember I downloaded his album after that. But I don't remember his music now.
Oh, yeah. So he's one of the artists, and his music, so he's a local, although I think he's down in Nashville now. He's been down there for a couple of years. But his music it's kind of indie. It's not mellow, but it's just got a certain...
Mellow.
It's got a certain kind of...
vibe
to it and groove to it, where it's just like, this is the kind of music that you can have on a Sunday afternoon when you want to, you're doing something around the house or something, and it's like helps you be productive, but also just keeps you on a nice even keel.
Yes, I love that term, mellow. That's what I go for, I think. It's not so much because I think people would maybe automatically say, well, classical music can be very calming, maybe some blues or jazz, like instrumental stuff. But that's actually not what I listen to calm down.
Well, I did ask Don at dinner last night. He was asking what the episode was going to be about. And I did ask him, and he said, and I can't remember what they were, but it was the last three sonatas, Mozart sonatas.
Okay, sonatas, yeah.
I don't know what that is,
Yeah.
but he said
It's
the last
type
three of those.
Musical composition.
And then there was the last three of another artist, and I forgot to ask him before he left today what the other one was. But he also said Robbie Robertson's 1991 album Storyville.
I don't know that artist.
Robbie Robertson?
I don't think so.
Robbie Robertson?
You can keep saying the name and I will still say no. Sorry.
Really?
I'm going to look him up and see if he looks
Canadian icon.
No.
Really? Okay, I'm going to play some Robbie Robertson for you afterwards.
Okay. Why did he have to name himself his own name, Robbie Robertson?
He didn't name himself.
Well, that's true.
His parents did. And another example Don gave was Sigur Rós. You don't know Sigur Rós?
Can you just play crickets in this section? Thank you. Okay. Up on Cripple Creek. I know that song.
Yes, Robbie Robertson.
Okay.
And Sigur Rós is Icelandic band.
Okay.
You've never heard of Sigur Rós?
No. Cedar Ross?
Sigur. Sigurros.
I love Icelandic names. They're so cool. I don't know how to pronounce them, but God, do they look cool. Known for their ethereal sound. That makes me think of like Enya or Lorena McKennitt.
Yeah, so for me, there are the kind of music it depends on what's wound me up. Like why I'm wound up. When I come home from work, I'm usually kind of stressed out. And sometimes it's, a song that I know, like a pop song that's uplifting. I know the words, I can sing to it.
Which is every song.
Shifts me from ruminating and obsessing about whatever it is that's probably petty and pointless, whatever waste of energy. But I put that energy into something that, lifts my spirits.
Okay, yeah. And you're right. It depends on what it is that has got you into a funk or a tizzy and what that state of mind is. Is it that you're anxious? Is it that you're angry? Whatever.
Okay, so here's you were kind of referencing all the emotions in that 10-minute Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah.
That's one of the things that you like about that.
Yeah.
Do you ever play music that's kind of angsty when you're angry because it just
yes,
you can relate to that
yes,
energy and you just belt it out?
100%. Even in that song, "Call Me Up Again," like when
just
she says
break me like a promise,
so casually cruel in the name of being.
I'm totally
I love
off.
it. We were both off key because we didn't find our key. Anyways, but there's so much, and I know the words to that 10-minute song. So it's for 10 minutes, I can sing along and just hammer away.
Yeah.
And it just feels so good at the end.
Cathartic almost.
So cathartic.
Yes.
So that's why her song is kind of a Dr. Bomer soaps that you can use for all purposes. It's an all-purpose salve.
Yeah.
But lately, and partly because I'm kind of getting ready for his concert, I've been listening a lot to our sweet, sweet Canadian boy, Shawn Mendes. And his latest album, Shawn, to me, is very mellow.
Oh, is it?
It's very different from his previous music. Not poppy. It's not like anthemic. And there are some songs that are anthemic in different ways, but it's so calming and sweet and beautiful and heartfelt, and the lyrics are really grounded in just life experiences, and it just feels so mature and so authentic to him. And I know I've talked about him before in terms of how some of his songs, don't give me that look.
As soon as Taylor Swift concert was over, it was Shawn Mendes, Shawn Mendes.
But I've talked about how he kind of reminds me of John Mayer.
Oh.
And how they have similar kind of vibes in some ways. And turns out that John Mayer is his mentor.
Oh.
Which I did not know.
Huh.
But I felt that way ever since I went to a John Mayer concert here and he brought Shawn Mendes up on stage. And it was such a cool medley of their songs. So John Mayer was on one side of the stage, he was on the other, and they both had their guitars. It was an acoustic kind of medley of 4 or 5 of their songs.
That's the guy you don't really hear much about anymore.
You don't that much, but I love
John Mayer is
John Mayer's music too.
Yeah.
He was on an episode of Smartless podcast, one of their live shows recently. So he is making new music, but I guess it hasn't come out. Anyways, this album feels so authentic, and I think part of that is part of what drives me to it.
Okay.
It feels like he has found himself in it, and he feels so comfortable singing these songs. And so they kind of bring me comfort in a strange way. So,
how much of his looks do you think influence your
appreciation
of his music?
That's very hard to say because without having a blind test, if somebody, but sure, he's a beautiful physical human being, but he's a beautiful soul. There was this interview I read where John Mayer is interviewing him for Interview Magazine.
Okay.
And John Mayer says something about, "You are just a beautiful boy." And Shawn Mendes comments, he says, That's what my dad calls me. He calls me a beautiful boy. And it's just, there's so much of his soul. And they both talk about how they can't wait to be in their 50s and 60s.
Oh, God.
Like Shawn Mendes is like, I'm still 27, but I long to be.
No, don't
that
wish
man.
your life away.
I know,
That's what I would
but
say.
he's just like, I feel comfortable in my skin. I don't feel like I need to live the life of whatever people expect a 25-year-old to be like. So I just think his soul is so, it pulls me in, but how can, and his sound, I don't know. I can't say whether or not his music would affect me as much if he wasn't so beautiful to look at, because he is.
Yeah.
And how can I compare that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Have you ever come across an artist that you
Yes.
liked their music and then you saw what they look like? and you were
100%.
like,
I was
okay.
just thinking that as you were saying that, Louis Capaldi, Jelly Roll. Like there are lots of artists who I loved their music, not knowing what they looked like. I love their music regardless of what they look like and whether or not I find them physically attractive. But I still love their songs, their lyrics, and what they put into their songs.
Good. Yeah. So Shawn Mendes' new
Album,
album,
really.
what's it called?
It's called Sean.
Sean. And that's one of your go-to.
It's my go-to right now.
Keep you tempered.
Definitely. And I'm going to tell you one of the songs that I might play for you after this that I sent to Conrad recently because, as I told you, we share a lot of songs. It's called Nobody Knows. And it is, but it's just a song about like, where does love go? Like when you love somebody so much, but it's just still not enough. Where does that love go? It's, I got to listen.
When it's over? When the relationship's over?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gorgeous song. I'm going to make you listen to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to listen to
Nobody
Weightless.
Knows. Oh, Weightless, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
listen to
Nobody
Weightless.
Knows.
And then you're going to play Nobody Knows.
Yeah.
And then we'll use those in a experiment to see when we're in that mood and we need our mood shifted and see what happens.
See what happens.
All right. Well, little listeners, tell us what music you listen to that helps you calm down or shift your energy. And how can you do that?
You can slide into our DMs at The Little Podcast. That's LIITL. Or, Mike?
I slide into our DMs on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, slide into our DMs.
Didn't I say that?
You said slide into our DMs, but
Oh,
if they
well,
went
everybody
looking for
knows
us
we
on,
have the one social. Into our social.
if they're a new listener, then they may not. But anyway,
True.
Yes, slide into our DMs, or you can email us at lifeisinthelyrics@gmail.com.
That is correct.
All right, well, little listeners, thanks for being here, and you will hear us next Wednesday.
Yes, you will.
Bye.
Bye.